Howdy everybody. I pray this video finds you blessed. A friend of my husband's slash co-worker asked him to see if I would make something for her recently passed away husband. He was an Army veteran of 20 plus years. Of course, you know, I said yes, I would love to try to do something for him in his memory. So she said she had some shell casings from the 21 gun salute, the blanks that they used. And that was like, oh, that would be so cool. I could do platters. She wanted something made for herself and her 2 children. So I decided I would make 3 platters using these shell casings. For time purposes, I did not show all 3 platters being turned. I tried to focus just on the steps and the process of how all 3 of them came together. This clear center finder was really convenient for finding all of the spots, the center spots for the stars and the bullets for the platter with the four bullets and 4 stars. For the 5, that was a little bit more tricky. Just got some rulers with some degrees on it and did every 36 degrees for my 5 bullet and 5 star. Right now I'm just cutting a groove so that a way I can put the plastic in to hold the resin for the inside so I didn't have to waste so much resin. And that's a temporary groove. It's going to be cut out later, just so I had something to glue my bucket into to border out the rim. I purchased these buckets when Walmart has clearance on Easter or Halloween. Sometimes other holidays will have buckets for decorating, and they go on sale for about 20 cents a piece, so I stock up. Halloween's just around the corner, so keep an eye out whenever they put all of their Halloween buckets on sale. I sanded all my pieces to 400 grit. Make sure you apply several coats of sanding sealer just to make sure that it's good and sealed, so when you put the resin coating on the outside, you don't get these little air bubbles. Now sometimes it still happens even with your first coat, but normally I'm able to put a second coat on and it turns out just fine. It just depends on how well you got it sealed, and usually you don't find out until you put the resin on it. So I was planning to just use fast set resin to hold these down and then coat them all at once with resin, so it would all be one and done type situation. But as you can tell, as I started to paint the resin over it to seal it, so when I poured or put my resin coating, the color just blended, and I was like, oh no, that's not gonna work. So at that point I had tested several different options as far as what to put on the patches, and this just leaving them plain seemed to be the best option. This is a waste block that I made so that way when I coated my pieces with resin, it pulled the piece away from the chuck and the piece wasn't right up against it to where I couldn't get my paintbrush in there. It seemed to work really well for the first couple of them. The larger one, it kept wanting to fall and I had to re-glue it. So I used double-sided sticky tape with my larger one, and that seemed to hold just fine. Now this method isn't so you can turn it a million miles an hour and expect this thing to stay on here. It's on there and it's not going anywhere, but I wouldn't turn it up past 50 RPMs. This is just so that way you can get the coat of resin on and keep it turning long enough to where the resin doesn't sag. So this is what I came up with. These stars are left over from my American flag platter. I had a ton of them left over because I had to make a lot in order to get certain sizes. So those are left over. I made 3 total. The wood is, there was one that's African mahogany and 2 that were sapele. I think this one's the sapele one, and this one here is the African mahogany. They both have beautiful chatoyance in them. Originally wanted to put all of this in resin, but unfortunately you've seen in the video, when I went to go glue down one of these patches, the resin caused the color in the patch to bleed. So I did a few tests after the failure and did right here some CA glue to see if I couldn't seal it before I put resin on it. Well, clearly that was a fail. I also sprayed, and you could barely tell, I sprayed some lacquer on it to see if I couldn't seal it, and it already started to, and with a very light spray, it already started to change the colors a little bit. So I had to change the plan. I decided just to go ahead and CA glue. The back of the patches have this rubbery protective. It just keeps the threads all in place. So that helped keep the CA glue from soaking in through to the front and changing the color of the patch. So that worked just fine. And after putting it in there, I realized, you know, that looks really good. I like seeing the texture and the colors and all that of the patch. So I didn't mind it. This one measures a little over 11 inches. And this one is a little over 9 inches. It has the sister to this one is about almost 10 inches. I just took fast set resin and put my stickers in the back. I'll put the link in the description below for my stickers and where I get them. And also these patches too, so that way you know. I got them on eBay. I did have to order extra because I ruined 2. But anyways, I have extras just in case I want to put them in something else. And I hope Regina loves them as much as I do. And we thank you so much for your husband's sacrifice and for yours and your whole family's sacrifice. That sacrifice isn't an easy one, and we all appreciate you and your family, and please know that we're lifting you up. So that's that. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I just recently got over 25,000 subscribers. Can you believe it? Wow. That is amazing, and that is because of all of you, and I just truly appreciate every single one of you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I pray all you guys have a wonderful weekend. Take care, and God bless.